Well, welcome you guys today. I understand every single day you guys show up in my YouTube channel every single day. I understand I give you some nice, beautiful value every single day. I understand that every single day I make sure I go do a 1 hour performance, and sometimes I do some extra performing, sing with my life. I understand every single day that for the past 7 days I've been doing 2 hours and more. I understand either way that 1 hour is the solution in my life where I can come and do it every single day for 1 hour. I understand that. I understand either way that 2 hours is a bit more difficult to achieve. But I understand for the past 6 days I've been achieving 6 to 8 hours. I understand either way that I'm always much more than yesterday. I understand that what's important is I look at something much better. I understand that today I look at something much better. I understand I look at the people who are actually showing up in my life in a different way this time. I understand that this time, I understand that when they come really close to actually see my nice beautiful portraits is when I actually look at them. I understand that what's important is I come here and do my work. I come here and do my work every day because I don't care about the people who don't care to come and see I every single day. I don't care about those people who don't want to follow I every single day. I understand that those people who are really interested in I today are the ones who get my looks, or else they get my eyes today. Or else the ones who are walking on the sides over here, I don't know who they are, or else they're looking at me though. I understand they're looking at me. I never have to look at them because or else they have no value. You understand? Or else they've got no value to give me. I understand that when I every single day perform something on the street, I understand I do it differently. I do it somewhere inside. I understand I stick to my inside point, which is I. I understand every single day when I go much more confident, I understand there's always something more to do. I understand there's always something more to grab every single day. I understand I'm very important every single day, although I focus on my nice beautiful video today because those who actually prove to me that I can look at them, or that way I will look at them. I understand when they come really close to see my Instagram and YouTube channel, I understand then they deserve my look. I understand either way, I understand that's how it is. I understand that I'm much more valuable than them because they don't never approach me and I give them so much more than they give me in terms of my life. I understand either way, I make sure every single day I know myself in my eye. I understand that when I go and perform daily, I go and perform my video. I focus on my video. I don't focus on the crowd. I don't focus on people who just look at me and smile and then walk away and never talk to me again. I don't focus on those people who give me a fake smile but never want to follow me. You understand? I don't know those individuals. I only know I. I understand that those who are interested in I deserve I. I understand that's why I'm always looking at my video camera now because I understand that anybody who's walking on the side of me today is not worth it. You understand? I realize they're not worth it. I realize every single day I go and focus upon I every single day. I focus upon what I need to say. I don't do it for the crowd. I don't go saying anything for the crowd. I do it for I. Or else when I make some music today, I make music because I make different music. Or else when I do public speaking, I do it because I do it differently. I understand when I go and stand up today and I do something today to live life, I live it because I live it differently every single day. I understand that when I wake up and I start doing the same thing over and over again every single day, and I watch Bugs Bunny show episode 1 50 million times, or else that doesn't make me to have a life in the process. I understand you watch it once and you move on. I understand every single time I do an audio content, I do it differently every single day because I understand my worth every single day is something greater. I understand that what's important today is I understand I have to level up. I understand when I level up, I just focus on I today. I don't focus on them. I don't focus on them. I don't need to focus on them. I focus on I today because I understand that what's important is I. I understand that those who never approach I today, I understand they're not worthy of my looks, or else they're not worthy of my attention. You understand? I have so much more value than they ever will have. You understand? Or else every single day, I have so much more confidence than most of the crowd. I have so much more confidence than the whole world. Because I'm so sure of I. I know myself in my eye. I understand who I am. I understand Jesus Christ every single day. I understand that when I have Jesus Christ in my life, I understand I go and do Jesus Christ's work every single day. I understand that's what's very important. I understand it's really making sure that you're connecting the dots and giving those ideas every single day. But to make sure that every single day you're improving your vocabulary skills, I understand I do that all the time. I do that every single day, making sure that each and every single day I get smarter and smarter and smarter because I have to speak out something that grows I today and not other people. I have to speak out something that's going to grow I. I understand that I'm not here for them, I'm here for I today. I'll never be there for them, or else they'll never be there for I today. I understand I'll give them everything though. I'll give them all the knowledge they need, or else they'll never give me knowledge though. You understand? Or else they'll never give me some knowledge. I understand either way that what knowledge is today is a performance. Understand that when I go and give a performance every single day, I do it differently because different aspects of life win. Understand if you want to be a loser, you always live the same way. Or else if you want to be a loser, you always then gamble your money away, or else you go do drugs, or else you go be with the drugs cuz. I never need to be with the drugs. I understand that what's important every single day is I have a nice beautiful method every single day to do something very important. Although I understand that anybody who's around this area over here, understand they are important. Understand every single day I've got something to say. I've always got something to do daily. Understand every single day I'm always much more than yesterday. I understand either way that anybody who approaches I today is very important because I understand I'm important. I'm important. I understand either way that this nice beautiful area here in Marketplace is where I actually do all my content right now. I understand it's a nice beautiful scenario because it's still daytime. I understand I go and pull my jumper down when it's cloudy. I understand when it gets cloudy, guys, I understand I make certain rules about the weather. I make sure that when it's cloudy, I wear long pants and I wear a jumper. I wear a jacket in cloudy weather too. Otherwise, when it's snowy, I wear a beanie, I wear some gloves, I wear long socks that are thick. I make sure I get myself boots or something like that so that I can walk on the snow. I get myself a jacket and a jumper and a singlet and a shirt. You understand? I wear pants as well. I understand that when I wear pants, I never wear shorts under the pants. I wear skins. Otherwise, when I go have a shower, I have a shower in my skins. Otherwise, they're not underwear. Otherwise, the skins that the Olympians wear. Otherwise, they go into the swimming pool, I wear those kind of skins. I go and shower with them all day long. And then what I do is I go and dry them off every single day. I sleep in the same skins because even though when they're dirty, I wash them every single day. Otherwise, they never stink. You understand? I understand either way that I can go and wear skins for 6 months because I already have one time. I understand I wore skins. I wore the same skins for 6 months and I've been washing it and everything, but it just wore out. I understand that the elastic starts to wear out. I understand I just go get myself a new one. I give $14, I get myself another skin, and guess what? For the next 6 months, I never have to invest in underwear anymore. I never have to wash underwear because when I wash my underwear, I go in the shower with it. You understand? Because that's what my skins are for. Or else I sleep in my skins every single day. You understand? So either way, I'm making sure that every single day I perform in a different way. Although I understand that when it's sunny, I wear a hat. You understand? I never get myself sunscreen. I never ever invest in sunscreen in my life, ever again. Because I understand sunscreen is full of chemicals. I understand that's bullshit. I understand chemicals are bullshit. Or else they sell you bullshit. You have to understand that you stay away from the sun as much as you can. You just stay in the sun for about 30 minutes. Or else that's more enough. You don't go to the beach for 5 hours into 40-degree weather. Or else you don't go to the beach in 40-degree weather and sitting on the sun and sunbathing because everybody's doing it. Or else that's how you get skin cancer. Or else when it's 40-degree weather, I mean, go into the shade somewhere in the beach. I mean, where's the shade? I mean, be in the shade and not in the sun. Or else now, if you want to be in the sun, or else you be in the sun for 30 minutes. You don't need sunscreen to be in the sun for 30 minutes. You understand? Or else I never invest in sunscreen in my life. I never invest in shampoo products and Garnier and all that. I never invest in anything that has no animal testing on it. You understand? I realize I make sure that it has animal testing so that it's a vegan food or a vegan supplement. I make sure that when I go supplements, I just realize that I never need supplements either. I understand that I used to take myself into equation and I still do. I realize that it's really I invest, and I used to invest in spirulina and barley grass, and I still can. I just never use it anymore. I never use spirulina, I never use wheatgrass, I never use barley grass because I understand that those supplements also work, but I have something else. I have some whole foods, I go get some fruit, I go get something else. But I understand it works. I need you to understand that it gives you the nutrients you need. Although it's much better than the medication pills and all that. I understand either way, they have to understand that every single day, I make sure that I'm always much better than yesterday. I understand every single day, I go and perform a greater I today. I understand when I do that, I go in the sun, or when it's a sunny day, I understand I'll go and put my socks into my shoes. I wear no ankle socks. I wear no ankle socks. You understand? I only wear ankle socks when it's snowy. You get it? I understand either way, that's how I like to show my ankles. I like to show my skin as much as I can. But when it's cloudy and when it's rainy, I like to wear jackets and jumpers and pants and shoes. Otherwise, not leather shoes. I understand that leather shoes is not a rich deal. Anybody who wears leather shoes is not rich. I promise you. They need to kill animals. You understand? You never kill animals. I mean, how would you feel if I killed your daughter, or husband, or wife, or grandmother? I mean, it doesn't feel nice. You have to understand that anything that's leather today, I never wear it. I stay away from it. You understand? So everything I'm staying away from, and everything I'm teaching you right now, is how I live life. So I understand that every single day, I realize when it's sunny, I wear shorts. I wear a collar shirts. I wear a sloppy Joe as well. I can wear a sloppy Joe. I can wear long sleeve shirts. I can wear a shirt. I can wear a button-up shirt. You understand? I can wear a singlet. I wear a singlet all the time. You understand? Alright, that's what I do. I wear a singlet all the time. Alright, now before I get into the shower, I make sure I put my nice beautiful singlet into the locker room, or in my time capsule, or in my accommodation, and I make sure to go to the shower, but I know my eye. I know my eye. I understand that the accommodation is not out there somewhere, but the accommodation is my eye. I understand my IUQ rule is my only goal in life. Alright, what is the IUQ rule? IUQ is 3 letters. IUQ rule. Alright, it's a rule. I understand that when you start with the I, you end with the I. Alright, when you start with the U, you end with the U. Alright, life starts with the I and ends with I. I understand life starts with you and ends with you. Alright, when I say you, I mean who are you? You say I am who I am. Whereas when you look at the dictionary and you say, which word are you in the dictionary? You say I, because that's the best word that is going to describe you. I understand, that's why I go I, you. And then the question is a Q. You have to ask questions too. I understand, that's why I only make that the goal. I make my I, you, and my question the goal. I make you my goal. I make you my goal today. You understand? Because you are my goal. Because if you're not here for me, I understand then I have to be here for myself. You understand? I then have to understand I'll teach myself instead of you. You understand? I never need to teach you. I never need you in this video. I understand although that because you're here, I realize that's why there's an IUQ rule. You understand? I realize now if you never show up, I'll just put the IQ there. I'll just be IQ then. You understand? I realize now IQ is also EQ. You have to understand that every single day, I go and perform a nice beautiful production every single day. I go and develop my nice beautiful strength every single day. I go do something different every single day. I understand when I perform a different act of courage every single day, I do it differently because I understand that what's important is images. I understand images is my eye. I understand that anything that's on Netflix today, I never have to watch it. I never have to watch it, but I still watch it. Because every image gives me an idea. You understand? I never have to watch it though. I understand already what they're talking about. I understand all the images. I understand everything about Netflix and life. I is everything. I mean, what are they going to do on Netflix today? I mean, they're going to do I. I mean, what else are you going to do? You're going to do the dog? I mean, then you're going to dress up as a dog. And you're going to start walking as a dog. I mean, if you want to be a cat, or else then you'll tattoo yourself as a cat. I mean, don't do that. But understand to be your I. I love you. You understand? So every single day, I focus on the I factor. I understand that before this nice, beautiful public speaking program came into fruition, I understand I went and placed nicely in terms of my portrait because it was falling down. I have a small portrait here, and because it's windy, I placed a nice, beautiful 1 liter sparkling water where the portrait is because there's a nice little tie that when you open the portrait, it will stand up the nice, beautiful portrait, but there's a little strand or rope that holds the portraits. You understand? I placed a nice beautiful 1 liter sparkling water there so that I can go and make sure that it never falls. I have a water and also a sparkling water where that nice beautiful aspect of is in terms of my portraits. I understand that when I show you over here, I'll show you so you realize, you can see how I do this over here. You can understand that is an idea. I understand that either way, it's really that you understand that there's something really on the nice beautiful portraits that really helps my portrait to stand up, and it doesn't help anything other than I to make sure that my portrait's standing up. You understand? Or else I just do that. Although I understand that when I do that, I understand I just show a nice beautiful idea, I realize that anything that's showing an idea today is the way to go. I understand every single day I show an idea, I'm much more interested about who I am daily. I understand when other people are not interested about me, I'll never be interested in them either. You understand? Because I don't deserve anybody in my life other than the ones who are interested in I. You understand? I don't deserve what I have. I don't deserve them, I deserve I. You understand? So I focus on my I every single day. I focus on who I am every single day. You understand? I understand when I give you knowledge, I give you something for nice, beautiful functionality. I understand when I make you function every single day in a beautiful way, you understand why you thank me. You say, I thank you, Danny. I thank you, Danny. I understand my name is I. I know I. I don't know Danny. I know I though. I don't know my name. I don't know anybody's name other than I. I know everything that is I only. I know life itself in the I only. I understand that's all I know in terms of my I. I realize everything else I don't know. I understand every single day I go focus on my nice beautiful ability to come and public speak daily, because I understand every single day that what's important is that I give some messages today of ideas and courage so that everybody has what they're looking for. I understand that when you're going and doing some music production, for example, you understand that your first album is really going to be, let's say, not as good as the album that's coming 5 years later. You understand? Or as the first album, you may have 30 tracks that you make in terms of your life. You may have 30 tracks. And you may make an album and put it into a CD form and DVD form and whatever. Although understand that you never ever go placing your album into a CD form today. Because understand that there's so much competition out there. You understand? Or as you get your audio, you make some tracks, you make 30 tracks of soundtracks of rapping or vocals that you love to do. And then what you do is you go showcase it online for free. You understand? Because nobody wants to buy you out for $2. Whereas you're worth more than $10, you're worth more than $100, you're worth more than $1 billion. I mean, just make sure you're worth freedom. Or else when you do it for free, or else that's priceless. Or else there's no price on it. I mean, never put a price on yourself. You understand? I understand either way. Or else my first album, which is my 2016 album, in terms of my music production, is, let's say, not as good as my 2020 album. Because my 2020 album shows me something really much more, which is a directness of nice, beautiful knowledge that I've learnt over the time. I understand that it's 2016 album and 2020 album that I have. So what happened in between that nice, beautiful 4 years? I realized now I turned away from music altogether. I was a drug addict. I went somewhere else. I started to develop myself in other areas, like public speaking, and like life coaching, and like business entrepreneurship and sales and marketing. I went that area. I forgot the music altogether. I then made sure to go improve myself along the way. I improved myself along the way every single day. I mean, always improving. I became a vegan. I quit the drugs. I quit the cigarettes. I quit the ecstasy pills. I quit the cocaine and weed. I quit the crowd. I went around Australia. I traveled 90% of Australia. I've seen all the main cities of Australia. I understand that when I go and travel more, I always see more. I understand either way that I learned so much between this time. And then eventually I said, because I'm a life coach, I can also manage to do music production and life coaching at the same time. And I really love music. I came back to music after 4 years of my nice, beautiful life coaching degree. I realized now I've been practicing life coaching for 4 years. But understand, it's because I've been reading. And now life coaching is your whole life. I mean, how long have you lived life, really? I mean, make sure you understand I. I mean, I is how long you've lived. You have to understand that 28 years is I. I mean, 50 years of your life is I. I mean, everything is I. So understand that any number you say is the number that you put yourself in your life. Or else if you say number 26, I realize you're the 26th aspect of life. I mean, you must be only I. You must understand that the number one aspect is I. You understand? Or else that's that. I first, and not 26 first. I understand either way that you understand that as you progress in your music production, you have to understand that it's going to be more fun, and it's going to get more fun. But understand you have to have a structure towards your music. You have to have a nice, beautiful structure in terms of life as well. Or else every single day, or else there's always a structure going on. Understand that your structure must be better developed than yesterday. You must understand that either way, I made some music without some structures. I understand that without a structure, you cannot do anything. You must have a structure. I understand either way that having no structure is also a structure. You understand? I understand although I made some music without any type of structure. I realized I made some music with a new structure that I understand it's not a structure, but it is. I say it's a nice, beautiful, contradictory term to understand that what's important is growth. I understand either way, they understand I now have a structure that I use all the time. And the new structure is make your track different all the time, but also have another structure, which is the one I'm talking about now, which is when you start off the track, you have intro, and then you have a verse, and then you have a pre-chorus, and then a chorus, and then a breakdown, and then a pre-chorus, and then a chorus, and then a pre-chorus, or you can have a breakdown. Otherwise, there's no rules in music. I understand that you can make music however you like, but just make sure that the music is never repetitive. You understand? Otherwise, when you go throughout life, for example, I realize it's the same aspect of life. I understand that either way, you have to understand that what I talk about is counting for every area of life. You understand? Otherwise, if you go throughout life, understanding that you're always repeating the same word, you can always repeat the same word in a different way. You understand? Otherwise, you never just repeat the same word. You repeat it in a different way as well. You understand? You have to use both aspects. I understand that my nice, beautiful tone is also repetitive, but it has different aspects of life coming into it to make a difference. Otherwise, now, if you only have one sound in life, your sound must be I. I understand I is everything. I understand I is all you need. I can be the same all the time. I understand though that we need some variety. I need something new. I need something also. I need all the other words of the dictionary too. Otherwise there's one I in the dictionary. Otherwise now there's a billion words that we can use from those words to make a different variety that I can speak my I about. I am beautiful. I am excellent. I am everything. And now since there's so many words in the dictionary that I can use, otherwise now we call it life. I understand now, if you only keep using 3 words of the dictionary, I love you, you'll also grow. You'll grow tremendously. I understand though, that if you only ever use those 3 words in your life, you're always better than yesterday. I understand either way, that I understand you will maybe like to use the other billion words as well with your I. I understand when you do that, you still love yourself and you're still better than yesterday, but you're just more developed than the one who has 3 words only. I can say I love you in many ways. I can say you're beautiful. I can say I can lift you. I can say I need to see you. Or when I need to see you, or when I say I need to see you, I really mean that I love you. I understand when I say I need to hug you, I'm really saying I love you. I realize that anything that starts with I means that I love you. I realize anything that doesn't start with the I first means that they are hating you and that they hate you, so get away from those people. You understand? So I'm always making sure that I start the I first. I understand though that a billion words in your vocabulary is much better than 3 words. I realize now that many aspects of life, such as family and nice beautiful life in all aspects of life, must understand how to grow in every single aspect of life. But understand that journaling is the one way that you're going to do it much better. You understand? Whereas now, I is the only way. I is the only way. I understand I have to actually do something to get a journal. I have to make an action first before I even get the journal. I have to make an action first before I even get my phone and start writing in it, which is my journal. Otherwise, this nice beautiful video is my journal. I journal every single day in my video and my life. You understand? I have a nice beautiful background in Sydney over here. I'm alone, but I understand I need nobody else except I. I understand when I grow daily, I understand there's always something new to do. I understand I'm always making sure that I perform to the best of my ability, because I understand that progress means I understand when I progress myself into success, I never go into oblivion, because oblivion is something that's going down. But if you're going into oblivion to growth, you understand that either way you're going to grow. I understand that no matter what you're using in terms of your words, you can always reform it in a better way. I'm going to hell in a better way. I realize now, what does that mean? I realize that I never even go hell in the first place because I'm going hell in a better way. I realize now that means heaven, because that's the opposite then, because it's a better way. I understand you can always use that nice beautiful communication skills to say a better way with negative words, and you can always refer to a positive way with a better way. I understand when I do that, I make sure I'm linking words together, but I'm always changing my words and circumstances and teaching music along the way and teaching life and rapping. I understand just yesterday, I realized I started to rap for the first time. I started to beatbox. I started to do some car sounds as well. I started to do some new talents. I understand it's very easy. I understand just yesterday, I went and got my portable speaker. In terms of, I have my portable speaker. I go around Sydney. Yesterday I went with my portable speaker in Sydney, and I started to really develop myself in terms of my singing. I started to sing my nice beautiful song in terms of Leo Bar, in terms of my track with Leo Bar, but I have a nice beautiful track with I, where I created a nice beautiful separate tone from hers in my track. I gave her the money anyway. I understand either way that it's my track. I went and sang You Got Me Babe. You're now mine in your arms, ayy. You see how I go day, ayy. I'll show you my heart, ayy. You my love all day, ayy. You see how I go now, ayy. You enjoy me now, ayy. I'll show you amazing, babe. You my love, babe. You love my baby, babe. I see, ayy, yay. You love my baby, babe. I show you my baby, babe. I show you my baby, babe. I started to sing that all over nice and beautiful Sydney. You understand? Because nice beautiful Sydney means nice and beautiful Sydney. I understand every single day I go on the street and I sing after my program. I get my portable speaker, I tug it on my shoulder bag because I can connect it via my shoulder bag. And then it's just hanging off my shoulder bag. And my nice beautiful green bag, which is my shoulder bag in terms of my other green bag. I understand either way. I have a green bag, I have a shoulder bag, and I have a portable speaker. I understand I use my green bag, which is my Woolworths bag, to go do shopping after my nice beautiful public speaking program. But before I do my public speaking program, I have a nice beautiful soy milk. You understand? Otherwise now, sometimes I may do a DJing session over here. And before I do my DJing session over here, I have a soy milk before I even do it. Because I need the energy. I need something to really give me energy for the next 5 hours. I understand when I drink one soy milk, I have energy for 5 hours. I understand that. I understand every single day that if I have no time to eat anything else, I drink soy milk. Because soy milk, in terms of 1 liter, will give me 34 grams of protein. And that's half my body weight of protein. You understand? Otherwise, I fill myself with 2 soy milks, I metabolize my whole body for the day. Which means I'll never lose weight, but I also have the nutrients I need. I get all the nutrients I ever need from 2 soy milks. I mean, listen, I get 2 soy milks right now. I drink it, I have all the nutrients I ever need for 24 hours. Otherwise now, anything extra is just a snack. You understand? Although I drink 1 soy milk a day, and I eat the rest with something else. You understand? I used to drink 3 soy milks a day. I used to drink 3 soy milks a day to just test it out. You understand? Because I don't like to just go by other people's words. I don't like when other people say, oh, something else, but guess what? I love everything. I love everything. I love when you say something. But either way, I love knowledge. I love to test it out. I don't just like to go by other people's words. Otherwise, if you're speaking something, and you said that this person's always saying this, and you're talking about them in this video, and you're talking a video, but it's only because you base it on that person, otherwise that person actually tested it out, and you didn't. I understand when I test something out, I give you the actual knowledge. I don't go saying that Dr. Scenario said this, and then I speak about Dr. Scenario for 10 hours. I mean, what does that make me? I become the Dr. Scenario because I make sure to test it out. Otherwise, he tests it out, I can test it out too. I can test out anything in life. I understand when I test it out every single day, I'm going to do it differently, and differently, and differently, and I adapt every single day into a different format. But I'm much happier looking at myself in this video than anybody else. I understand because I give myself attention more so than other people. You understand? Otherwise, when I do that, and I just look at my video this time, I understand that my previous busking performances, I was looking at other people. Otherwise, they never want to talk to me. Or they never want to see me, or they never want to even follow me. I mean, 200,000 people I've seen, and more. Or none of them want to follow me. You understand? Or now, I never even give them attention anymore. I never need them. I do my video camera, I have a YouTube channel, otherwise, that's it. I do my work daily. I'm very happy. I'm much happier than them in life. I never need to be famous. I'm already famous. I'm already famous. I understand over the next 72 years, I've got a lot of time. I have a lot of time to really coach you and educate you with or without them. And with or without you, I don't need you in this video either. You understand? I understand either way, you're here to learn something. I understand if you're not here, you go learn something from somebody else then. I understand either way, I'm always making sure that I develop thyself. I develop thyself in every area. I understand when I go in every area, I become more in that field. I go learn about music production, I go learn about every aspect of business and life. I learn about your children, I learn about the growth, I learn about everything. You understand? I go be very curious about life every single day because I understand what's important. I understand it's looking at thyself. I understand it's looking at my eye and saying, I know I only. I know life itself through I only. I don't know life itself. I only know life itself through the I. Whereas if you know life itself, you've missed your I. You have to understand, you come back to the I. I only know I, and that's that. I understand when I go make music production now, I understand the key now for my music production career. I practice on a video. I practice rapping on a video. I rap. I realize I make a nice beautiful lyrics path. I do some lyrics. I then make sure to sing that lyrics as fast as I can. I practice and I make a nice beautiful melody around that nice beautiful tone. And then I sing in terms of that tone. I sing it as much as I can and I add some nice beautiful rap words into it. And rap words are any type of words. But I make sure to go and learn as much as I can about how to rhyme and rhythm. I understand when I rhyme and rhythm, I can always do something different in terms of my vocabulary and how I do it. I also need more practice all the time, but the more practice you do in terms of writing and anything that you do in terms of singing and comedy and video work and promotion and public speaking, I realize the better you get. I realize now the better I speak is the more I write. I have to write more to be able to do more every single day. I understand it's so important every single day that I come here on a video and to really do my public speaking daily with or without the crowd because I'm here to do my work. I'm here to do my work. I just do it in public. I give $14 to never look at the crowd so that I can come here and just do it for 1 hour. And anything extra, I just do it extra then. I don't say I do it every 2 hours. I don't do my programs every 2 hours. I do it 1 hour and anything else is extra. You understand? I understand that if I say 2 hours every single day and I complete 2 hours, or that's what it is. Or now, no matter what, it's much more difficult to complete 2 hours than 1 hour. I understand either way, I'm much happier completing 1 hour and then giving you an hour extra. I already know what's going to happen. I realize it may start raining at 1 hour and 54 minutes, but my goal is 2 hours. Or then I'll get disappointed. I never get disappointed anymore because I understand my I. I go back to the I again. I understand I'm never disappointing. I understand I never go into situations where other people may reject I, because I understand that I never need them in the first place. I understand that what's important daily is that I go and give myself all the attention. I deserve my love more than anybody else. I deserve my life more than you in life. You understand? I realize my life is more worth it than yours. I understand if I say that your life is more worth it than mine, you understand why I have no life then. You understand? I understand that my life is much more important than you and your life. I understand I've got so much more business than you. I've got so much more success than you. I've got so much more to give than you. I gave 600 hours of video content and more in my YouTube channel. I've got so much more than you. You understand? Because I'm confident. I do something every single day. Or else now, if you don't want to follow me, or else it's because you're jealous. Or else it's because you have nothing to give. Or else it's because you're just the crowd. You're just walking with the crowd. I'm in the spotlight. I realize everybody else is looking at I today. Or else everybody else is looking at me today, but I'm looking at I today. I'm looking at I understand everything's looking at I today. I never have to look at them. I never have to look at them. Or else they're not important for me. You understand? Or else they don't even consider me important. Or else they don't even come to check out my portraits. You understand? Or else what's important is I understand who I am. I understand every single day I go and communicate in a different way. I'm not stupid. I understand every single day I've got something to say. I practice every single day like this. You must understand that you can do it too. You can do it anywhere. You can go to the park and you don't need a crowd to get yourself a portable speaker and to start doing your work on the street, in a park somewhere. I just do it in Martin Place, Sydney, Australia. I can do it in Pitt Street more. I understand there's full of crowds there, but I didn't come for the crowd. I came for I today. I came to really understand my image of who I am. I understand when I go and level myself up every single day in a different manner, I focus on my I. I understand it's very important to do so because I'll go and give knowledge that I actually give every single day. I'll give it differently all the time. I understand what's important. Understand that what's important is I go back to the I daily. I understand when I go back to the I understand there's always something more to say. I never feel rejected by the crowd either. I never feel rejected when they don't come to see my YouTube channel. I understand that what's important is I understand I have two small portraits. I have a nice, beautiful, large portrait. I just don't use it. I understand that when I understand my why over here, I know I understand that either way, I understand I must build upon what I have. I understand it's much easier to carry two small portraits than a large one. I understand I realize the large portrait I have to carry it like that. You understand? I realize that portrait I understand it has no stand either. I understand either way, I'm much happier doing my work like this. I'm much happier, so I'd go and do something that makes me happier. I understand when I go to a public speaking performance, I carry my shoulder bag and my portable speaker and my green bag, which may have a soy milk in it and sparkling water or a water. You understand? I understand either way, the other way around is I carry an extra portrait with me that's so large. Or else by the time I write something down into my phone, I have to place the portrait down and then get my phone and start writing and then pick up the portrait again and start going again. You understand? Or else either way, I understand I'm much happier this way because I don't have to carry a large portrait with me everywhere. I carry two small ones and it's more than enough. Although I understand now that when I get a portrait, I don't get a glass one because my portrait fell in terms of, it didn't fall, but I understand that it's in my shoulder bag and I pressed on my shoulder bag and it broke. I mean, what broke? I realized the glass from the portrait broke. Whereas now, when I get a portrait, I understand I get a plastic one. Whereas I get a plastic cover up. Or else I like everything, I love everything, I just make sure to go do what's better for I understand that either way, that when I press on the plastic, or else it's not going to break in my shoulder bag. Or else now, when I take off my nice, or else I took off the glass, or else now there's just a paper there in terms of my portrait area. I understand that either way, I have to get a new one. I understand today's a Sunday and a Saturday, where I understand that every single day is now. I understand on a Saturday and Sunday, I understand here in Australia that office works does not work. Or else they only work Monday to Friday. Or else that's what they want to, or else that's what they want you to believe. You understand? I understand either way that those areas of life that work Monday to Friday only, and then Saturday, Sunday, or else they live for the weekend. Or else they live for the weekend on Sunday, or else they live for the weekend on Saturday and Sunday to go drink alcohol at the pub and to go prostitutes and escorts and to go somewhere in terms of just waste time because they're not working on those days. I'm always working. I'm working on Saturday. I'll be working because today is what? Well, today is now. I understand the date is the 13th of 2020 in December. You understand? Although, understand me now. Otherwise, that's not the real date. Otherwise, it's not the 13th of the December 2020. Otherwise, that's not the real date. Otherwise, the date's now. I understand though that in 2-3 weeks, I understand that there's New Year's coming up. Otherwise, that's all labels. I realize it's all labels, but it's not anything to understand that it's the real date. Otherwise, when I say it's the year 5000 today, otherwise nobody else is going to believe me, but they'll believe the year 2020. I mean, that's bullshit too. Otherwise, it's not even the 2020th year. You understand? Otherwise, the stupid people will actually say that it's 2020 this year. I mean, they're stupid. I mean, they're labeled 2020 this year. I understand today's the actual millennial of the 50,000 millionth year. I mean, there's only been millions of years now. I mean, why don't we label the millionth year today? I don't know. I understand either way that you guys can come check out my nice beautiful portrait over here. I have a nice beautiful Instagram and YouTube channel. I understand either way. I have a nice little beautiful crowd over here. I understand I'm always making sure that you guys have everything that you need. I understand that every single day I go perform, every single day on the street, and I go do nice beautiful public speaking because I understand communication is very important in my life. So every single day I'm doing that all the time so I can inspire somebody. I understand when I inspire somebody, I inspire myself the most because I'm here today for I understand you never told me to come here, I just came. I understand I come to give some nice beautiful service every single day. I've always got something nice, I've got nice and beautiful information to give you every single day. I understand when I do that daily, I understand what's important in my life is information. I go to Jesus Christ in terms of the Bible, I find the information, because that's what you need. You need that story of Jesus Christ to inspire you. You need somebody's story. You have to understand that you have to give your story daily. I understand when I give my story, I go on my nice beautiful video channel over here in terms of my YouTube. I understand I always upload 1 hour every single day. And sometimes I do 2 hours to 6 hours of nice beautiful public speaking. Although I understand that what's important is when I give you attention, you have to understand that it's really understand yourself. Understand you must grow, you must understand to read daily, you must understand to have a nice beautiful influence every single day in your life. Understand when you have a talent, you must write it down. You must write down your talents every single day, because what's important is journaling your life. Understand when Jesus Christ journals his life, I understand he leaves the Bible here. I understand I need you also to have a great legacy like Jesus Christ today. I understand that's why I'm journaling my life over here. I realize that I have a nice beautiful video, I have a nice beautiful Rode microphone, I have a nice beautiful laptop too to do my music production, because I'm a music producer too and a singer. I can sing something as well. I understand either way, I'm always making sure I'm looking at something that's very interesting. I understand when I look at what's interesting in life, I understand I focus on I understand I go to the I love you. I understand either way, I love you. I is very important. You have to have it in your life. I'm serious. I understand either way that if you cut the I off, I understand then you don't listen to Jesus, because Jesus understands that anybody who loves Jesus Christ says, don't cut your eye off. I love you. I mean that kind of I. I understand you have two eyes over here. I understand that I love you. I love you is what you never cut off. You always use it. I understand when I go on my video over here, I'm always teaching something different. I'm always making sure there's always something new to say and something new to do. I understand that life happens much more than yesterday. I understand that every single day there's always something new to do. So make sure that you're always going a new path in a new direction, and make sure that you understand that in 10 years time, or else that you people right here may not be with each other, because you're going to go your own ways, definitely. I understand either way that whoever you hang around today in terms of your social circle is going to be married, and they're going to have kids, and they're going to go their own ways, or else they're going to go and have their own legacy. You may have a kid next year. I don't know. I don't know about you. You may have a kid in 10 years time. I don't know. I understand either way that what I do understand is that I am always doing better than yesterday. So for myself to have a kid, I never even think about having a kid until a woman comes up to me. You understand? So I never even go that way. You understand? I never chase a woman. I never need you to chase a woman. I never need you to chase a man. I understand that what's important is let's not have kids, but let's grow first. You understand? Or else it's first growth. Because I understand when I see an Aboriginal woman in Cairns, although she has 5 kids and she's 150 kilos. You understand? Or else, I mean, how does that work? You understand? I mean, it doesn't work when you have 5 kids and you cannot feed them. I mean, how are you supposed to feed the 5 kids when you cannot walk? You have to look up. You look after your health first. Or else now I label her as Aboriginal because that's what she is. You understand? Although I understand this, I know my eye. I don't know anything except my eye. I'm just leading you into a better direction. So understand that either way, that it's not about kids, and it's not about anything other than business and information today. I understand that when you look at my Instagram, I mean, do you have Instagram today? You have Instagram? I mean, go and check out my Instagram, and you'll check out that I have 11,000 photos of myself and more. I have 12,000 photos of myself. Right? I have 12,000 photos of myself right now on Instagram and my YouTube channel. What's that? I'm not Aboriginal. I've got nothing to say about that. I just know I every single day. I understand you're offended about Aboriginal people. I love Aboriginal people. I love Aboriginal people. I understand either way that somebody's very offended that I said that the fat woman was Aboriginal. I understand either way, or else either way, I understand my I. I don't know anything else except I today. I understand that when you get very offended, I understand it's not the way to go. I understand you don't go labeling anything other than I. I already said I don't know anything other than my I today. I understand that when you point people in the direction of information, I said to not have 5 kids while you're 150 kilos. Or else it doesn't matter what nationality you are. You understand? I mean, feed your kids and be able to grow them up rather than sit all day doing nothing on the allowance. You understand? I mean, that's what I mean, because I understand that plenty of people in different natures and different colors are right now on Centrelink payment, or they're on Centrelink benefits, and they're sitting down and doing nothing about life and on the drugs. And they have kids. You get it? So it's not about that. I understand it's about information products every single day. I understand every single day that that gentleman is lucky that he walked away, because if he came up to me, I realized that he would have actually caused me violence. So thank you very much. I don't like violence. I never love violence. I never do violence. I do I every single day. I go the nice beautiful direction of I. I understand that when I love something, I love thyself the most. I understand that's why I'm always making sure that when I talk, I realize some people are going to be offended about what you say in life. I understand that the most important aspect of life is understand that if you need to see something, just make sure that you can every single day, or to understand that what's important every single day is learning thyself. I understand it's learning about what you love every single day. I understand that no matter what, that when I know something, I know I every single day. I understand that every single day, many people are going to be offended about your life and how you look, and they're going to criticize your skin, and they're just going to walk away from you. Or is that make sure that you never make sure that you never walk away from yourself. I say I never walk away from myself. I don't love other people more than myself. I love myself more than you. I understand that is the only way to go. You understand? You have to love yourself more than I today. I understand when you go on my Instagram channel, you'll find in my IGTV, you also have a nice beautiful section where I do music production every single day. I also do my Instagram reels where I go and do these nice beautiful street performances, and I post one a day. I understand every single day I've got many photos, but make sure you go do the same thing that I'm doing, which is growth. I understand when I grow myself every single day, I understand every single day I've got something more important to say and something more important to do. I understand that Aboriginal people can be black and white. I understand now what's the difference. I realize there's no difference. I understand either way that you never attack people because I said something. I realize that when you attack people and you have to cause me violence because I said a word, I realize then you're trying to really control me because of my public speaking. I understand either way that when I speak every single day, I'm going to do it every single day differently, because I understand that what's important is mindset. I understand when you have mindset today, I realize when you have mindset today, you have to learn to speak. So you have to learn to write. I realize writing is very important. I realize you never ever learn different languages until you learn English. You learn English first and be very good at English, and then you can learn other languages. I realize that when you want to learn other languages, you use the Google Translator, and then what you do is you say how are you in Spanish, and you can also realize how to really say that. You understand that Google Translator is the only way you can learn language today, and not in a public school or high school or private institute where you have to give money for that. Whereas Google Translator is for free, and you have to understand that when I learn Serbian, for example, I'll say how are you, and then I'll read it in Serbian, because I'm also half Serbian and half Croatian. I understand my actual nationality is just English. I'm an English type of guru. I understand that English is something that I just know my language, which is I. I understand either way that when I learn something, I go on Google Translator, I say, how are you? And I learn something like como estás, and I learn all these nice beautiful tones about Spanish and about Argentinian people and about Aboriginal people and about everything. I learn about everything. I've got nothing against anybody, but I understand that either way, I'm always learning and developing my heart. I understand every single day I've got something more to give. I've got something more to say. I understand every single day that your son must also be a public speaker. Otherwise, you must be a public speaker. I understand you must. I understand either way, I must understand I'm always more inspirational every single day. You must understand I'm always growing, because I have a nice beautiful Instagram. So right now I have 12,000 posts, and it's around 12,006 posts. I understand in about 10 years time, otherwise I post 6 times a day. I mean, how many days in 10 years time is there? Otherwise 10 times 365, otherwise that's something like, I don't know. I realize either way, you have a calculator, you can check it out. Otherwise either way, I make sure I go and understand that I eventually have 26,000 posts throughout my lifetime. Otherwise now I'm counting down the days. I understand 26,000 posts and more I can make in Instagram. I understand either way that 26,000 posts on Instagram per 10 photos per post is 260,000 and more posts in terms of my nice beautiful images of myself. I understand either way I have over 1 million photos that I'll be posting over the next course of my lifetime of just myself. And my nice beautiful feed has all my photos. So all you're ever going to be seeing from me in terms of the next 72 years is just my photos. I post 60 photos of myself every single day. I mean, how many photos do you post of yourself on Instagram a day? I post 100 photos of myself on Instagram stories every single day, and I post more than zero. I post more than everything in terms of life. I understand that no matter what, you must understand, you must post more for yourself. I understand either way that I post 60 photos of myself on my actual feed in terms of my Instagram. I understand it's very important, because why? You have to understand that when you're posting photos of yourself, you're going to love yourself more. and copy me in a different way. You have to copy me in a different way and do it your style. Or else when I speak public speaking, you're not going to speak exactly like me. I mean, you don't copy me. You go and speak like I'm doing today. You be a public speaker for yourself. You get on the microphone and you talk differently. You have to do what I'm doing now. You have to do what I'm doing. You have to understand that I get up on my nice beautiful portrait over here. You do the same. I also have a nice beautiful video going while I'm doing public speaking. You must do the same. You must be a public speaker. You have to understand how to do that. Understand that when you go on my nice beautiful bio link inside of my Instagram, you'll find a journal that I actually write every single day. I have 31,000 quotes in that nice beautiful bio link of my Instagram. I mean 31,000 quotes. I write 40 quotes a day and more. I understand it educates you, but every single quote, in terms of my highlights, you'll see I Entrepreneur. I understand that in those quotes, you'll find that you can go click. You can also read those quotes daily. I understand either way that there's around 1,900 quotes there. I understand that just in my Instagram, there's 1,900 quotes. Although everything else is downloadable inside of your phone right now. You can download those nice, beautiful videos that I have, and also my nice, beautiful quotes, and also my nice, beautiful journals. I realize they're full of ideas, but I understand every single day, I always got more to say, I always have more to say every single day. I understand that what's important is entertain the crowd in a different way, but make sure that you're always speaking in a different way. I understand that when you go I realize that no matter what, when you have something to say that's really different from yesterday, I understand it's really much more important that you do so every single day. I understand that when you do that, I understand just make sure that you're growing. I understand when you're growing, you just be that way, you just be in a better way than you are. I understand that's the whole difference. I understand the difference is give people knowledge. I understand when you give people knowledge, you give them ideas about your life. I mean, give them ideas about how you learn and how you grow and who do you hang around with and why. I mean, why do you hang around with them? And what's so good about them? And how are you really going to develop daily? And what are you going to do daily to make sure that those two around you are going to be better? Or that's what a leader is. I mean, you have to look and plan and strategize how them two are going to have, how they're going to get the nice, beautiful knowledge that they need. Because it's not about money, or else it's about knowledge. You have to understand that when you go and learn something in the library, or else you have a free library card, I mean, you go to the library, you actually go and study something every single day that you love to do. I'm saying it's very important to do so every single day. You just make sure you go and study something on YouTube and audible.com and get yourself an audiobook and get yourself some reading programs every single day. I'm saying that's why I'm always much more confident like that. I'm saying I always got something to read. I have over 30 mentors. I mean, how many mentors do you have? You have to understand, I have over 30 mentors. I have Jesus Christ as my mentor. You can have me as your mentor for the next 72 years. You just find me on YouTube every single day. I'll teach you far more than the crowd ever will. I promise you. I'll teach you so much more over the next 72 years because I have 30 mentors. Or else they all give me knowledge, yeah? I give that knowledge. Or else do you understand how you get connected? You get connected through me. I then show you all these mentors. I'll show you where to go. And then you go and learn for yourself, and then you follow my lead. You follow me over the next 72 years, and together, or else we go public speaking around the world. Or else that's how it is. Understand? But you have to level me. Or else you understand or else when you go on YouTube, you find really how much I really do in terms of my content. Or else I outdo my mentors. Or else they go posting about 1 hour videos online. I post around 1 hour videos online also, but I do it in front of a crowd. Or else they don't do it in front of a crowd. And they don't post really every single day. Or else they don't post every single day. Or else each of them may post every second day or every third day. You understand? And sometimes even every 2 weeks. I understand, although I lift myself with all these mentors and I always have some videos coming in. Or else now, after this nice beautiful public speaking program, I have a nice beautiful Samsung phone. I swipe down to see which mentors sent me some videos on YouTube because I subscribe to the channels. I see an update. I see the coronavirus and what to do about it. I see the guy's a billionaire. Or else what's he doing about the coronavirus? And then I go do the same thing. You understand? I go do something that's really going to help. Or else anything that helps is what I do. I do something that really helps. I understand every single day, I'm always life coaching because if you understand Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ today will give you some information. But to give you some information, or else Jesus Christ needs a microphone. Or else he needs to be able to be in front of people. So the best way is make sure that you're studying online and understand that 100 years ago, and in Hercules times and in Jesus Christ times, or else they didn't have a phone. Or else they'd never had a phone before. I understand now they do. Or else now we do have a phone. I understand now we can actually communicate. I understand now we can actually look at YouTube and social media Otherwise, we can promote ourselves and our TV show every single day. I understand before there was no chance to do that. I understand that what's important daily is I understand every single day there is more to say. Otherwise, there is more to do. I understand when other people are offended about you, about what you said, you have to understand it's because they're racist. You understand? I'm never racist. I never called the Aboriginal woman a black woman. I just said she's Aboriginal. I stated that clearly. I understand either way. I love black people. I love white people. I love everything. I understand either way. I thank you very much for staying. I understand either way. Just make sure you follow me. I understand I'll inspire you every single day. I understand either way. Just make sure that you understand that no matter what you're doing, you're always making sure that you go and grow up. You make sure every single day you be more mature. You understand? Otherwise, when people want to sit down and listen to you in terms of a crowd, and they want to come and watch you, I mean, just speak to them. I mean, speak to their hearts. You understand? Otherwise, that's what I just did. I just spoke to their hearts because I'm speaking to their hearts this time. I understand that I may have repeated that information in the past, or that I repeat it again in a different way. I realize that whole video of this Nice Beautiful segment is different. You understand? Because I learned something from that. I learned that when I speak about something in front of the people who are watching me, in front of people who are watching me, in terms of my eye, I speak it differently. I say it differently every single day. I always got something new to say. You understand? I understand that no matter what, I look at them, I speak. I see how interested they are. Or else if they're looking left and right all the time, or else they're not that interested. You understand? Or else if they're looking straight at you, or else they're interested. Or else as soon as they turn away and they look somewhere else, or else they are not interested in you anymore. I understand sometimes people are going to be walking on the sides of you, and they're going to look at you, or else they're interested in you when they look at you. Or else as soon as they look at their kid again, or else they're not interested in you because guess what? Or else they turn their head away. I understand either way that I'm only interested in people who come to sit down over here and learn from me. I understand either way, I'm only interested in those who actually want to come and see my Instagram. I understand these individuals came to listen to me, so I speak to them with my eye. I understand either way, it's 2 ladies and 1 gentleman. How young are they? Or else they're very young. You understand? Or else they've got a whole life ahead of them. Or else they have a whole life ahead of them. I understand no matter what, I just make sure to focus my attention on I every single day because I love I. I understand when I go now and make sure that everything is much more than yesterday, I call up the police sometimes. I understand when I call up the police, I understand I get a message in terms of my email just recently, and it says no busking performance from 11th December to the 1st of January 2020 in terms of 2021. I then call up the police because I see other buskers and other busking people who are going and on the street performing when I get an email saying not to do that during those times. I called the police because I need to understand, are you allowed to do it or not? Because I got this nice beautiful email saying not to do it. Because I don't want to cop a fine. So never cop a fine. You have to understand when you drive a car or when you're driving something or when you're breaking the law, don't break the law. You have to understand as long as you're growing, you have to understand that the law really is Jesus Christ's law. I promise you now, the people of this world, you have to understand that we're really divine beings, but understand that the people of this world are trying to govern you. And they're trying to say, you must be the crowd. And they're trying to say that if you don't work a 9-to-5 job, then you will have no money. Or else you always have money. You always have wisdom. You always have your eye. Or else they can never take it away from you. Or else they're trying to just give you something to do. Or else now, you always have something to do. Or else it's either work a 9-to-5 job or do something on the side. You understand? Or, if you're working on a 9-to-5 job, you can also do something on the side as well. Or else, now, there are 3 types of human beings. Or else one is doing just a 9-to-5. Or else the other one's doing a side hustle, such as I, where I have no 9-to-5 job. You understand? I don't need a 9-to-5 job because I have some money in my pocket. I don't need to go to a 9-to-5 job. You understand? Or else I just come here and do my actual full-time hustle over here. Or else this is something that really grows me anyway. Or else this is something that really grows me anyway in a better way. I understand a 9-to-5 job doesn't allow me to do this. Or else they treat me like the crowd over there. Or else I treat myself like a king over here. I treat myself something much better because I understand much better than a 9-to-5 job. So I stay away from it. Or else now, there is another type of human being who actually has a 9-to-5 job and is also doing this. Or else now, I'm just doing this without the 9-to-5 job. Or else other ones are just doing a 9-to-5 job. And there are other ones, in terms of the third type of human being, which is doing a 9-to-5 job and also public speaking in terms of something on the side. I'm doing singing on the side. I'm doing music production on the side. I'm doing DJing on the side. I'm doing public speaking on the side. I'm doing life coaching videos on the side. I'm doing writing journals on the side. I'm doing social media marketing on the side. I'm doing quotes on the side. You understand? I'm doing rapping on the side. I'm doing vocals on the side. I understand either way. I'm teaching on the side something. I'm building a business on the side. You understand? Because what's important is understand that if you have nothing to do, you will be given something to do. I mean, whether you like it or not. Because they're printing money today, and they're making you work for the printed money. So you never work for printed money in the first place, but go work for something that's much better than printed money. You understand? Because they'll give you something to do, and they'll give you a paycheck, and you never work for a paycheck, as Robert Kiyosaki says. So what you really work for is something that you're really passionate about. I mean, it can be economics. I love to do economics on the side too. I love to do finance as well on the side. I do my finance as well. I do some accounting. I do some management. You understand? I manage myself. I eat. I love to do eat and drink in terms of my food. So when I love to do that, I understand I love to learn about it only. I learn about food and drink. I learn about understanding sobriety and staying sober throughout my lifetime, every single day. I make sure to stay sober. I understand when I stay sober daily, I'm always much more interested than yesterday. I understand either way that it's very important to understand my camera over here, because I understand that what's important is something that's really understanding what? You must understand yourself. I understand I always lead myself in my words. I lead myself in a different way. I call up the police to ask questions. You understand? To never break the law. But I understand that recently, you may have watched the video where I was hit by a homeless man. You understand? I mean, for no reason. I mean, the guy just came with a nice beautiful trolley and just smacked me. I mean, just hit me. For no reason. Whereas now, you have to understand that there are situations in life where somebody may attack you like that. Whereas you're just speaking and doing public speaking, and somebody comes and kicks your little daughter on the head. I mean, how does that feel? I mean, that doesn't feel good. When somebody kicks your daughter on the head for no reason. I mean, what for? And the guy's homeless, or the woman's homeless, or somebody. You understand? Whereas that's how I feel. Whereas now, either way, I have a video of that person who's actually hit me. You understand? So I go to the police because I never hit him back. And now, if I hit him back, I didn't never ever go to the police. You understand? Because that's something that just erupts. Because if I hit him back, they charge me for it. That means never hit them back in the first place. You understand? Because either way, when they see the guy or woman hitting you in a video, and then you show them, and you never hit back, now that man or woman looks like a criminal. Because that's what they do. They go to anybody and just hit them like this. That doesn't feel good. You understand? So you go to the police and you create a little snippet or a video in terms of a little snippet. I mean, just get the part of where they actually hit you, and then show them. For example, myself, I go to the police, I show them the 2 hours of my video in terms of how my busking performance was, and then I show them the part where it happened. You understand? So I show them the whole 2 hours of me public speaking, so they understand who I am, and then I show them the little parts of a minute in the 2 hours where that actual part in terms of the violence happened. So I give them a bit more information. Just understand that, because that is how they put him in prison, or put her in prison. Because understand, if somebody hits you, you don't hit them back. You report them to the police, and the police will take care of it. You understand? What you do is, if somebody's trying to attack you, you get your phone out, you get your phone. I mean, start taking some photos of the gentleman who's trying to hit you. I mean, start doing some videos of the gentleman who's trying to hit you. You understand? I mean, try to get a video or evidence that they are very aggressive and that they're trying to hit you with a pole, or they're trying to stab you. I mean, start video recording start video recording them. You understand? You have to video record them. You understand? Because understand, they got a knife. I mean, get the evidence. I mean, get yourself some evidence. I mean, start really understanding to use a phone camera when you see somebody getting hit or causing violence. I mean, please start really recording them and really understanding to take images in terms of invest in photos and images and videos of them doing that. In Cairns, I went to Cairns, these guys are really on the road and they're just damaging the property of everybody. I started to really take a video. I started to record them with a video. I started to I started to do some images of them, and I went to the police and I showed them the evidence of these guys so that they can get arrested. Because nobody likes somebody else, in terms of life, coming to kill them. You understand? I never love anything other than I only. I only love I. You have to understand that what I love is I. I love everything that is I. I never love to hurt you. I never love to hurt you. You understand? I just love I. I understand that anything that wants to hurt you doesn't love their I. Or else they don't love themselves. So realize if something goes into your house and burns your house down, or else that's the same aspect of me in Cairns really doing all these videos and photos of somebody damaging property that is not theirs. I mean junkies, I mean drug addicts, I mean people who are violent. I mean they get a bike and they start slamming the bike. I mean why are you doing on the street? I mean it's not even your bike. I mean I go and record their video, I record a video of them and do some images. In a sense, so realize when you see violence, you straight away do videos. You do videos and images of that. You understand? Because what happens is, you go and take it to the police. And you say, this is what happened for that occasion. I'm not a suspect. I understand anybody who's a suspect today is somebody who is what? You have to understand that the police call a suspect a man who is investigated for something that may have led to crime. Or that's what the definition of suspect is. But I'm also a suspect who's growing. I can label myself a suspect who's actually positive. Understand? So there are many aspects of life that's a suspect. I understand that the dog's a suspect, or else when the dog's looking at you, funny, or else you're a suspect, aren't you? Or else there are many definitions of a suspect word, or else everything's a suspect in life. Or to understand that when the police are, or else when the police are involved, you have to understand that you never cause violence and you have the evidence to support yourself. You go to the police, you show them, and you put them in prison. Understand? Or else now, if you hit back and you cause violence back, you have to understand that means you deserve also to go to prison. Because it's no violence. I mean, no matter what happens, I mean, no violence is what it is. You understand? I mean, I don't care how many times I hit you. You understand? I mean, don't hit back. You understand? I mean, don't hit back because that's the only way. You understand? I mean, take some videos and photos of yourself in terms of them and just run away if they're trying to hit you. I mean, just run away. You understand? I mean, call for help. I mean, call for help. If they're running after you with a knife, I mean, just run away. I mean, don't start fighting a man who has a gun to your head. I mean, just run away. You understand? I mean, the whole point is walk away from violence. I mean, walk away. I mean, what did Jesus do? I mean, Jesus walks away. I mean, Jesus didn't hit back the thousands of people who put him on the cross. You understand? Or else now, the whole point is understand to accept everything, but just never hit back. Or else if you hit back, or else now, it's 1-on-1, or 20-on-1, or 5-on-1, but understand it's never fair. I promise you, violence is never fair. And either way, you can get killed. You have to understand, if you win the violence of the game, or the battle on the day, I promise you they'll get you on another day. I promise you, if you beat the pulp of 5 guys or 5 women, I promise you they'll find you somewhere else. I promise you they'll find you again doing a public speaking performance on the street, and they'll call 20 people this time instead of 5. I promise you, if you beat all of them as a pulp, I promise you one of them is going to shoot you sooner than later. You understand? Or else you may win the battle, but you'll never win the war. I promise you, in a war between the world, in terms of world war, I promise you nobody wins. I promise you everybody loses. I understand I just win. I win because I know my I. I understand I win my I. But I understand in the world war, between a violence where there's people dying, I understand there's no winner. I understand if I die, I win anyway. I win anyway because I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to get killed. I understand I know my I today. But understand that if you die today because somebody else killed you, or else you didn't win, did you? Or else now, you may have won as well. Or you may have won. You may as what? You have to understand either way that you may have won because you left some nice beautiful information here. But understand that either way, that those who don't cause violence win. You understand? Or else if I get killed by 20 people, I win. I mean, 20 people have to kill me. You understand? I mean, if I go killing 12, or else if I go killing 19 million people like Hitler did, I mean, did he win? I mean, he didn't win, did he? I mean, did he win? I mean, what did he win in life? I mean, he won nothing for doing that. You understand? I mean, he won nothing by killing people. So understand every single day that you go and play the role of something greater in your life. Understand that nice, beautiful point in terms of life is called now. Understand when you go now, you find your I. You understand every single day you lead yourself with grace, and understand every single day that you must be confident in what you're saying. I understand when people come to stand here in front of me and they start to support I about my language, I understand I then deserve to look at them. I deserve to look at people who are interested, really. I promise you that nobody who is interested in I, or else they never deserve I then. I understand anybody who's interested in I today is where I am. I'm only where I am. I only go where I need to be. I understand when I love something, I love it to the fullest every single day. I understand I got to do something very important every single day. I make a street performance whether I like it or not. You understand? I love to do this. I love to do it. So make sure you understand that you just go do what you love. I never love to do anything other than growth. Or else anything that grows me is what I love to do. Or else now, what is that? Or else information grows me. Or else imagery grows me. Or else this is one idea. I mean, there's one idea right here. I mean, one image is one idea. I go on Netflix, I watch thousands of images. I get thousands of ideas about the world around me. Very fast. You understand? Or else now, every single word I give you is an idea. Or else every single sentence I give you is an idea. Or else every single parable that I really speak and every single step I take in terms of I give an idea. I understand the clothing I'm wearing today is an idea. Or else what I have around me is all ideas. Or else this world is created through ideas. I understand the imagination of my life is always different. I'm much happier, and I'm so happy because I understand my happiness is driving my I. I understand when I go to my I become happier. I understand every single day I have much more to do, I have much more to say, but I make sure to come and do on a video either way. I come and make sure that every single day I always have something nice and beautiful to say, because I understand every single day you go and rhyme something, you always be much more favorable in yourself. I understand every single day you can come and check out my beautiful Instagram over here. I understand either way that if you're not interested, good luck. You understand? Or else that's how it is. Or else that some people will come and stand and look at you for a bit, and I say, come and check out my Instagram too. Or else they just walk away. I mean, they're just fake. You understand? So understand that no matter what, or else now, or else that they have to be sitting for me to look at them. Or else they have to be sitting, or really just 1 meter away from my portrait for me to actually look at them now. So I actually set a nice beautiful boundary to never even look at the people who are standing up on those things, because they just walk away. And so I felt rejected over there. And so I realized, no matter what, I don't care about them. I don't reject I. I never reject my I. I realized that you can never reject I. I have to reject I for me to be rejected. You understand? Whereas nobody else can reject I. I understand there is 7.6 billion people today. Whereas you are on your own. You're on your own. You're on your own building your own legacy. I mean, do you understand that? I mean, who's building my legacy today? I mean, there's nobody else except I. I mean, where's my family? I is my family. You understand? Or else every single day, I go do something much more important. I understand that when I do something much more important, I make sure I go focus on my I every single day. But I do it in a way that I do it in front of a crowd this time. I do it in front of a crowd, and I do it public speaking, and I make sure I record it. I do it for 1 hour. I make sure now they understand that this video is 1 hour and 12 minutes. I'm doing something extra now. I'm doing it extra. I achieve my goal again. Whereas now, if it's 2 hours, I achieve the goal every 2 hours, or I make the goal 2 hours, or else I still have to go. Whereas now I can just pack up and leave. I can pack up and leave because I feel like that. But I just go a bit extra. I go and push myself to really communicate much more. You understand? But I achieve my goal anyway. I'm much happier. So if I have to leave now because somebody else says so, or else I can just go and be happier. Or else if my goal is 2 hours and somebody says go now, or else I have to stop the video at this. I understand the time is 1 hour and 12 minutes. Or else then I get disappointed. Or else now it's not my fault, or else it's nobody's fault. I understand either way that you never go blaming people and you never cause excuses. You never make excuses for why you're living a shit life. I mean, if you're not famous today, or else it's because of you. Or I understand or else it's nobody else's choice to be famous except yours. I mean, other people cannot choose for you your life. I mean, take control of your life and understand your choices. I mean, you've got billions of choices in life. You have billions of people to follow. I mean, who are you going to follow? You follow yourself the most. You follow Jesus Christ. You follow me. You follow the ones that are growing you. You follow the ones that can help you with information. Or else the ones who are actually doing more in terms of knowledge and content every single day, or else they are the ones that are worth it. I understand Jesus is worth it because he left the Bible here. Back then. You understand? I understand what 12 disciples is. I mean, when you have 12 disciples on your own, you go and adopt kids, and you have 12 disciples in your house, and you're going to feed them, You're going to change the nappies, and you're going to grow them, and you're going to make sure that those kids go and lead the world. I realized that's what Jesus did. You understand? I realized Jesus changing the nappies of the disciples. You understand? And what did the disciples do? I realized the disciples are writing down everything. I realized the Bible was written after Jesus. Although no, I realized Jesus wrote the Bible. I understand that Jesus came here and said, you must write the Bible. And then once Jesus passed away, you have to understand, the disciples continued to go and write the Bible down. Whereas once Jesus left the world, whereas that's it. Whereas now is the disciples' choice to continue writing the Bible. You understand? And then what happened? After centuries and centuries and centuries, whereas that Bible becomes different and different and different throughout time in different language that's easier to learn and grow with, and becomes much more simpler to read, because with time, or as language evolves, you understand? Or as the Bible was transcribed 70 times, you understand? Because people are just writing the Bible down, you understand, and adding to it. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm different. I'm differently making sure that everything is much more, you understand? So I'm making sure that that Bible is making sure that it's growing. I understand I'm different all the time. I understand every single day. I understand there's always something new to say. I understand that I always go the way of niceness. I always go the way of kindness. I'll go the way of growth. But I make sure to go in a video and to perform it. I understand when I perform it differently, I get myself a public speaker. In terms of I get myself a portable speaker. I get it. I don't do it for the portable speaker. I get the portable speaker. I give the money. I realize that when you're speaking about communication in terms of what you're giving, you don't say that you gave the money for the portable speaker. You say you gave $70 to gain the portable speaker. Or you can say you just went to get the portable speaker and that's that. You gave $70. You just say you gave $70. You don't say you gave $70 for it. You understand? You don't do it for it. You do it for yourself. You say, I went to give $70 to gain the portable speaker for I. You can also say it like this. You can say, I went to the shop to get my nice beautiful portable speaker. I gave $470 for the portable speaker for I. Or else now you simplify it into you. You understand? Or else you can say for the speaker for I. You understand? Or else it's not for the speaker, but it's for I. I understand, that's how I talk. I talk it differently every single day. I do it differently, but I understand either way that I just made a mistake. I look that way. I mean, why do I look that way? I don't understand, because there was something moving, or there was something moving, so I just went and looked. I understand when you get distracted, or else that's okay. Or else just don't look intentionally at other people who are not interested in your social media. I mean, never look at them and never go where they are. I understand many women, or else they choose a drug addict over I today. I understand I was a drug addict before. I was a drug addict. Women were just around me because I went to chase them. I understand when you never chase a woman, I promise you I'll never be in your house. I understand when you never chase a man, I promise you I'll never be around you. I promise you have to make goals to see them. I have to make some goals today to go and see what I need in terms of that. Because I have goals. Although I understand that my goals revolve around I. I understand either way. Or else when I see somebody in terms of life, I never chase them. I never chase a woman. I never chase kids. Or else if I get it, I understand somebody comes and gives it to me. I then deserve it. I don't go chasing for it. I don't need kids until somebody else does. Or else when a woman comes to me and says, I need to make you a kid. Or else I'll give her a kid. I'll give her a kid then. I don't go up to the woman and say, I need to make you a kid. I don't do that. You understand? I don't go that way. And you ladies don't do that either. You don't go to the man saying that you want to make their kid. And you guys out there, you don't go to the woman saying that you want to make their kid either. Or else you look desperate. I mean, why are you desperate for? I mean, just go and focus on your life. I mean, understand that if you deserve it, or else that you have it. Or else if you don't deserve it, or else it's because you're not growing. Or else I grow, so I deserve it. Or else if Darren give it to me, I'll find something better to do. Because I'm a grower, I'm a doer. I'll go into, I'll adopt kids. I'll adopt kids. I'll have 14 of them and more. I mean, who said that I have to have my own kids? I mean, everybody's my kid over here. I mean, everybody's my kid. I teach you something. I'm teaching kids today. I'm always teaching kids around the world. You understand? I understand that's very important. I understand what's important is teaching. Because when I teach you something, you're like my baby. I'm teaching my babies today. I'm a baby. I'm always a baby. I've got nothing against anything. I understand I'm not an adult. I'm not an adolescent. I'm not a teenager. I'm not a kid. I'm not an old man. I'm a baby. I'm a young baby. Thank you very much. Or else every single day I just make sure they understand you can check out my Instagram too. I understand every single day there's something more that I say every single day. I understand when I receive something, I receive it in kind. I understand when I give something, I receive it also. Or else what I receive is what I give daily. I understand I give it differently all the time. I make sure that way I'm always performing differently because I understand what is important is a karate strategy is very important. Or else when you know some martial arts in your eye, you understand why you're actually God. I understand either way. I understand when you're fighting something in life, you understand to grow only. You must grow only. You never fight anything to cause violence. I understand the rules of life is no violence. I understand the good guys always win. Or else the good girls always win. You understand? Or else anything that's good wins. Or else you'll be on the good side. Or else when you're playing cops and robbers, you will be the police officer then. You understand? I mean, stop trying to chase people. Or else the police are always chasing people. I mean, you don't chase people, man. You understand? You don't chase people, woman. You don't work a 9-to-5 job. I mean, because the police actually work a 9-to-5 job, or else they have to follow those laws. I mean, they have to follow those laws. Or else everybody has to follow the laws. But follow Jesus' laws and not the police laws. You understand? Or else it's the Jesus laws that matter. Or else Jesus laws, in terms of the 10 Commandments, you follow that. Brosh, that's the real law of life. Brosh, it's not the government's laws today. Brosh, it's nothing else except Jesus Christ today. I understand either way, I understand that. I understand I grow from that. I understand I give you from that. I understand there's always something more to say from that. I understand when I give you from something that I have, I change it up. I give you a tactic. I give you a different performance. I give you a different strategy. I understand when I do that, I give you a different plan too. I give you a different coping mechanism. I understand a different attitude is also great habits to have. I understand you must have a different attitude all the time if you want to really understand how you live in life. I understand when you're looking somewhere because you're distracted in terms of your eye, you have to understand you go back to your eye all the time. I understand I hear some music in the background over here. I understand there's a Christmas tree in my place. I understand there's a massive Christmas tree. I say Merry Christmas, or else every single day is Merry Christmas in my heart. I understand that Christmas is short for Jesus Christ. You understand? Or else now understand that Jesus is raised today. Or else today is Jesus' birthday. You understand? You have to understand that the birthday of Jesus Christ, or else that's when Jesus Christ is born. Or else that's when Christmas is. Or else when it's Easter, or else that's when Jesus passes away. You understand? And he's raised 3 days later. Or else now, when is 3 days later? Or else 3 days later is now. Or else when Jesus says you'll be raised 3 days later, you actually be raised right now. You understand? Because eternity is not 3 days later. I understand eternity is right now. I understand that you always get risen right away. I mean, there's no wait. Or else as soon as you pass away is the day you be risen with Jesus Christ. Or else that's how it is every single day. I understand it's always much more pleasant that you understand that what's important daily is you live your life to the fullest. You have to live your life to the fullest. You have to understand my Instagram and YouTube channel. You have to understand I always have much more information to give you. I understand I'm always doing something related to nice, beautiful public speaking. I understand if you ever desire to be a public speaker, you have to learn communication. I understand communication is very key to looking great and to making sure that you promote yourself and to making sure that you come alone, because I have no family here except I. You understand? I realize there's no woman here, or there's no kids over here. You understand? I'm here on my own. I understand if you want to build a great legacy, you have to do it alone, because great thinkers be alone. Or else if you want to be a crowd, or else people who go to the crowd never become great. Or else Jesus was never part of the crowd. I understand Jesus Christ actually went with the disciples to go teach the crowd something. I need you to do the same thing. I need you to understand it's very important that whatever age you are, your age is now. Or else the time is now to start. You have a story, or as everybody has a story. I understand that what's important daily is you give more attention to somebody who's actually speaking with you, because that's how you actually grow. You grow through more attention. Understand, when you grow through more attention, you actually have to look at them in the eye every single day, because understand that's anything in terms of life is growth every single day when you're growing and actually living your life to the fullest. You have to live life to the fullest, because understand that anything that's really going to develop you daily is really leadership quality, to understand that personal development starts now. I say that's why I'm doing this video. I do it every single day on YouTube. I understand you can always follow my YouTube account. I understand I have 12,000 photos of myself on Instagram. I mean, how many photos of yourself do you have on Instagram right now? Otherwise, either way, you can start now. You can start now. Otherwise, over the next 72 years, I plan to be here. I'll be your mentor. You understand? I'll do it for free. I understand either way, but you have to dedicate yourself. I understand when I can do a nice, beautiful public speaking program for 6 hours, I expect you to read for 6 hours. I expect everybody to understand that leadership development is reading 24/7. I mean, you're either reading my audio, either you may be reading something else in terms of audio. You always have to be reading something. Or else either way, I put on these nice, beautiful programs 24/7. I listen to the programs because it amps me up. Or else I have 30 mentors on nice, beautiful YouTube. There's a nice and beautiful YouTube every single day. Or else they're always posting me videos. I go and catch up with my mentors. I'm an insider about what the world in terms of economy is happening, in terms of life and the coronavirus, and what to do about it, and how to build your business, and how to realize your strategy about it, and how to journal, and how to write, and how to be somebody influential every single day. I understand every single day I'm always branding myself. I'm doing something very different every single day. I understand that what's important is keep your attention on I when I speak with you. Approach, it's very important. Approach, it's very important, because when you're looking away, or else it doesn't really understand that you may not be interested. I understand that when you're looking at people who are speaking to you, you're like a man. You're like a mature type of individual who's actually interested about growth. I understand that's very important. I understand when I look at you, I speak directly at you. I don't look at over there and speak to somebody else. I mean, do you understand? Because if I look over there, I'm not even interested in you anymore. I understand when I keep my eye on you, I understand I actually give you attention now. I actually give you that nice, beautiful communication signal, which is leadership. I understand it's very important that you go and grow much more, because everybody has to grow. I have to grow every single day on a camera. I have to grow every single day making sure that my mindset is much more fed in terms of knowledge. I understand when I have more knowledge, I'm always giving much more dedication. I understand I have to dedicate myself into YouTube channel every single day so I can give you something of knowledge every single day, because what's important is confidence. I understand that when you have confidence every single day, you're always going to be something much more greater. You have to understand that confidence is key to your life. I understand anybody who understands confidence and what I do today is public speaking. I understand every single day I make sure that what you have is a bright-edged sword. Otherwise, it's called knowledge. I understand it's called Jesus Christ. I understand it's called something that's going to make you much greater. I understand that every single day I make sure I communicate all the signals of life. I give it in my tones. I mean, look how fast I speak. I don't speak, yeah, bro. I understand what you mean, bro. I realize when I go this way, bro. I don't talk like that. I talk really fast. I talk really strategy. I talk something really quick. I'm really fast to speak. You have to understand my communication skills. I can rap as well. I can sing as well. I've got many talents. I have many talents because I go and practice every single day about how I really speak. I understand I have to be straight. I have to be straight edge. I have to be sober. I have to be vegan. I have to have that energy. I understand when I used to eat meat, I used to actually eat meat for 26 years. I grew up in a meat-eating family. I understand now I'm a vegan for 2 years. Whereas now on Christmas, in terms of when it comes, is 3 years. I understand now I have so much more energy. I have so much more energy to actually do something very important. I have a nice beautiful soy milk over here. I have a soy milk. I make sure that every single day that when I have no time to eat anything else, I go and grab myself a soy milk, because I understand that soy milk is 34 grams of protein, which is half my body's protein mass. Whereas when I have 2 soy milks, I realize I metabolize my body into actual nutrients that I need. I understand that 2 soy milks a day helps me to metabolize everything and to have all the nutrients I ever need. You can go and grab yourself 2 soy milks a day and drink 2 soy milks a day, and you'll be full of energy. I promise you, it's very important that you understand nutrition, and how you're eating today is very important. You have to understand that what you eat today is what you look at, and it's also what you feel, and it's also how your heart rate's pumping up, and it's also how much energy you have. Whereas what you eat today is how much energy you have as well. Whereas it's called your appearance. Whereas it's called your habits as well. I understand every single day, or else every single day there's more to say, or else there's more to do. I understand although that what's important is business. I understand I am here to provide a business today of a strategy or something to help you with every single day. I realize that when there's something more to give you every single day, I understand there's always something more of a performance I can actually do. So I make sure to outperform myself every single day. I understand when I do that daily, I make sure that every single day there's always much more that I can do. Understand? Because I understand what's important. I understand to really make sure that you have a sharp mind. I understand a sharp mind is very much more of like a sword like Jesus Christ. I understand that when Jesus Christ comes into your life, or it's really when you went to Jesus Christ first. You have to go to the information. I have the information right now. I have it in YouTube right now. You have to understand that every single day I post many hours of content on my YouTube because I'm always dedicating myself much more to greatness. I understand when I do that, I understand there's always much more I can say. I understand there's always much more I can do daily, because what's important daily is you understand knowledge. I promise you, knowledge is something that's really graceful and it's going to help your life. Whereas knowledge is how you improve your habits, and knowledge is how you make $1 billion, and knowledge is how you make everything of your life. Understand that everything of your life must be knowledge. You must increase that capacity. You must understand that I can read so much that I have to speak it out now. Because I read so much, I have to start speaking it out. Because it makes me so passionate. Whereas knowledge makes me so passionate that I have to get up on the camera and start giving that passion. I mean, what is the passion? I mean, it's knowledge in I. Or else it's something that I know in terms of my I. I understand that when I know thyself, I understand to grow. I understand to read something whether I like it or not. Or else either way, if I don't turn on YouTube today to read 30 mentors in terms of who I have in terms of my mentors, I have over 30 billionaires on my actual YouTube channel. Or else every single day posting some videos. I realize I can just, after this video, I understand when I finish my performance, I go and do the dashboard. I understand I have updates of videos because I subscribe on YouTube. I may have 5-6 videos waiting. I mean, all billionaires are sending me videos every single day. I provide that knowledge that you need on YouTube right now. Or else you just have to connect to it. You have to connect to the knowledge. You have to understand that for the next 72 years, you have to be following me or nothing. Or else it's either you follow me or nothing. You have to understand, I'll give you that knowledge that you need. I understand it's something that's really very much important that you need. I understand it's really convincing you every single day that you understand something confidence in your life. Or something that's confidence in your life must be something greater. I understand every single day there's always something much more to say. I understand there's always something much more to be. I understand though that when I give you attention, I understand you have to look at me. I understand either way, I understand that when you don't look at me, you must listen. You must listen, you must give that attention. I understand that attention is something that's really, really going to make you much more of a strength kind of human being, because we're something much greater than this world. I need you to understand that every single day there's something more that you can do. Or I understand I believe in you, because I understand you're still here. I understand you're still giving me that attention. I understand that you're still actually interested. I understand when people give you some attention, just like you are giving me, you understand they're interested. I promise you. Otherwise, you're not here. I promise you. Otherwise, you're not really with me. I understand that every single day, you can come speak on me. You can come speak with me on the microphone. I invite you. I understand either way. I always like to have a conversation with people. I understand when I do that, I'm always doing something on the camera anyway. So I understand that when you come here, you'll be on the camera. So it's something that you have to always develop in yourself to be on the camera. I get people on the camera every single day. I understand anybody can do it. I understand every single day I'm just making sure that I always have something more to say. I understand that what's important daily is that everybody has more into them. I understand that when everybody has more passion and more Jesus Christ daily, and understand that no matter what, I'm never embarrassed. I'm never embarrassing. I understand that every single day I lift you only. I never judge you. I understand who you are. I can see your story. I can see everything that you are. I understand every single day nothing is hiding from the truth. I understand the truth shall set everybody free, whether you like it or not. I understand everything's naked right now in terms of everybody is without their clothes. Even when we're wearing our clothes, you can understand who I am. You can see who I am. You can see somebody who's actually going to be greater. I understand you can see that in me. I say it. I'm great. I say I'm going to be leveling up every single day. Whereas in 10 years' time, I'll be this much better. I mean, how much is that? I don't know, but it's much better than yesterday. I'll be that much better in 10 years' time. I'll be so much more better. I'll be leveling up, because I'm always making sure that every single day I'm going to focus upon I daily to make sure that what's happening is around I. I understand when I give you some attention, I understand that's how I really become a leader. I become a leader through making sure that those who give me attention are also leaders. I understand either way that everything that's right now important is that you're always much more growing. I understand either way that you are listening. I understand every single day that is important. I understand listening is very important today to understand that even with your emotions you can see. You don't have to use your eyes. You can use it with your emotions as well. You can use it with your tactics. You can use it with spirituality. You can use it with mindset. Understand though that when you look at me with the eyes, you're really interested though. You're really interested when you're looking at me in the eyes because it's a connection right there. I understand that's energy. I've got some energy to give you. I've got some inspiration to give you. I understand every single day I'm always inspiring somebody. I understand that's what you must do every single day. You must be inspiring daily. You must understand that when I inspire people every single day, I never look down on people. I never look down on anybody. I understand I was somebody of a drug addict before. I used to do weed. I used to do cocaine. I used to do drugs and ecstasy. I understand that life. First, it's not the life for me anymore. I understand this is the life for me now. I understand it's marketing and promotion. I have 12,000 photos of myself. I mean, how much does a drug addict have of themselves? I'm pretty sure little, minimum. You understand? I have minimal as well. I have minimal, although they have less than I. In terms of photos of themselves, because they don't love themselves. I'm pretty sure anybody who's a drug addict has a poor image. I never have a poor image anymore. I used to be fat. I used to weigh 47 kilos heavier than this. I used to be 113 kilos. I'm 178 in terms of my, I realize I'm 178 in terms of my centimeters, in terms of my height. I understand my eye though. I know I'm my eye only. I know nothing else. I don't know really how tall I am. I don't know how much 1 meter is. I don't really know that. I know my eye though. I don't know anything of this world except I. I understand though that when I go and speak about my age, I'm 28. But am I really 28? Or else my wisdom is a fountain of years. Or else my wisdom is eternal life. I understand I'm really my eye. I understand my eye is something really much more important than 28. I understand when I label myself anything, I go back to the eye every single day and I say I love you for being here and for actually challenging I. I love you for being here and challenging I now to understand how I can actually grow. Because what you're providing here for me is you're providing me a nice beautiful zone where I can actually lead you, and that's actually growing thyself right now. I understand I grow from that. I understand I grow and you're growing in a different way. I'm growing in a different way, but you eventually have to be in this position. I never have to be in that position. I understand either way that when I go into that position that where you are, I actually have to sit and actually read knowledge as well. I have to go and do it from somebody different though. Or else that when you have knowledge to give me, I'll also sit on YouTube and I'll watch you. Or else I have to also be a student. I have to be a student. But I understand that the best student of my life is I. I have to read from I daily. I also understand that no matter what, or else that everybody is a student. You must stay a student. I must understand that everything in life is very important. I understand when you have something to say every single day, you come on a microphone. You say your story. You give your story. I mean, I actually understand that every single day, when you want to do that, you're always free to do so. I always have much more communication skills. I understand that communication skills is very important. I understand that those who actually have communication skills daily can always lift themselves. I understand that's how I really lift myself daily. I understand that's how I really perform. I perform in a different way. I also understand to actually look at you, because that's how I actually grow. I grow for looking at you only. I understand when I do that, I'm much more of a leader. Whereas when I have 50,000 people, I may look at one individual for 10 seconds, and then look at another one for 1 second, and then look at another one. Although I understand that either way, you must understand public speaking. You must understand to be on the microphone and do something. I mean, are you able to rap? Are you able to sing? What are you able to do? You can do something. You can live life. You can live life. You can teach life. You can teach life then. I'm a life coach. I like to live life, and that's why I'm a life coach. Whereas life coaching is the way for you. I understand anything that's life coaching is learning about life itself every single day, and understanding that what's important daily is leveling yourself up to be something greater every single day. I understand, I believe in that. I believe in something greater every single day. I believe in my confidence right now. I understand when I do this, I can actually stand up as a 28-year young individual who has my eye. I know my eye. I realize over the next 72 years, I mean, come on, you can do better than me. You can do so much better than me. I understand, although you have to start. You have to start really soon. You have to start now. I realize it's not about having kids. I promise you, it's not about having kids right now. I promise you, when a woman wants to have a kid with you, well, that's when you deserve one. I understand I deserve one right now because I grow. Or else everybody deserves something greater. You have to understand, you must be greater. You must feel greater first. You must understand you must be financially secure. You must have everything in your life first before you have more. You have to understand that you have everything you ever need right now. Or everything you ever want right now, you have it. You have what you need right now. You have the resources right now to succeed more. I promise you, there's always a book there, or else there's my YouTube channel, or else you always have a friend in me over the next 72 years. I have a nice, beautiful Instagram where you can come and check it out. I understand that I have also a free helpline. I have a free helpline. So anytime you want business skills from me personally, you just have to contact my Instagram BioLink, which is my WhatsApp channel, and you go and connect yourself into I through WhatsApp, and you understand I can talk with you. I understand every single day there's always something more, but you have to have more energy in you. You have to understand every single day you must be always performing to the greatest of your ability. So understanding that more energy is key. Understand more energy is courage. Understand when you're always speaking and dealing with life, you have to understand the time is now. Because the time is now to do something very important every single day. I understand that every single day I always have something more to do. Thank you very much, boss. I understand you want to be on the microphone? I never touch anybody because I don't like to kill anybody. I'm Danny. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm Danny Milivojevic. You can find my name over here. I understand either way that you must understand, you must perform. You must outperform yourself. I understand what I'm doing. I'm doing something on video right now. I'm doing it for I. I'm doing it for I so I can grow. I understand it's about growth. I grow. I realize growth is my work. I realize that when I go and step up in front of a crowd, I get more confident like this. I understand when I do that every single day, I believe in I believe in Jesus Christ's knowledge and all of that. I understand that when I go for the knowledge, I believe in God. Because God is something of knowledge that's going to give you something that you need to be inspired about every single day. I understand that's why I go to Jesus Christ and to people who actually have mentorship in terms of leadership, who can teach me how to be more successful. I believe in that. And that's God. First, that's something that you need to do every single day. Always feed your mind with positive knowledge. Or else every single day I do that, I'm always much more than yesterday. I'm always making sure that I always have something more to say. Thank you very much. I love you. I understand either way, guys, just make sure, they understand, I just make sure that I'm always something much more than yesterday. I just make sure every single day I'm always much more performing. I have to perform. I have to always do it. I realize every single day, I thank you. I realize every single day I'm always making sure that I always have something more to say. I always have something more to do in life. I understand when I do that, I understand I'm really just making sure I perform. I perform in a different way. I perform in a crowd, but I make sure I grow the crowd every single day. I realize when I grow the crowd, I understand I do something very important. I understand when I do it, I teach you something. I teach you something that's really going to help. I understand my signals. I realize my tones, la 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 la. I realize my tones is something that I actually speak out in terms of my video. I realize every single day I have a video. I understand when I say something in terms of la la la, I understand that either way, that it's a nice, beautiful singing gesture. I understand really that what's so important about life is giving people attention in terms of who gives you attention. I understand when you're giving people attention, you actually have to look at people and give them attention too. I understand that when people look at you, you have to also give them attention. I understand that either way, I can also broaden the horizon over here. I can actually start looking at people even more now. I understand when I do that, I actually learn even more about how to be a public speaker every single day. I understand when I do that daily, I understand I'm very important. I understand that either way, I make sure that I go and broaden the horizon again, and I get my large portrait this time again. I understand when I do that, I understand I go and give that attention anyway, because I know thyself. I know thyself so much that I know my I. I understand either way, that is something very important. I understand that this way, I go and promote myself really now in a different way, because I have to try something different. I have to try something new. I realize I've got myself 2 little portraits to actually see who's interested in I and who's not. But I understand that those who are interested in I are the ones looking at I today. I understand those are the ones that actually want to actually understand my knowledge. So I understand my Instagram today is Danny Milivojevic at Instagram. You understand that either way, you understand my YouTube channel too. I understand every single day, I go perform that. I go perform in a new manner. I also understand that my negativity is no longer. I understand I have no negativity today. I understand either way that I go try something new. I try something new. I try something new. Whereas now, the bigger your promotion in terms of your life is the better one. Whereas now, if you want to if you want to downsize your promotion, like I have, you understand to never do that. Whereas now, what I do is I broaden up the horizon and I get my large portrait instead of the small ones. Because I understand that many people will not come see the nice, beautiful portraits. I understand though that what's important is I go and communicate anyway. I understand that what's important is I understand I have more responsibility to give. I have more of a drive in I to succeed every single day. I have to succeed daily. I have to do something daily to make sure that you have everything that you need. I understand when I do that daily, I make sure I'm always much more courageous. I have to be courageous. I have to be from the heart every single day. I understand every single day I always have much more to say daily. I understand no matter what, that I'm always something much more. I'm much more positive because a positive scenario is something much better. I understand either way that when you see some drunk people on the street, you look at them. You look at drunk people all the way. Because you never know, they may attack you. Or when they attack you, you let them attack you then. Or that's when you understand to go and get the nice beautiful video and start recording them as fast as possible. You understand? Or you start recording them as fast as possible. Or when somebody's violent with you, you get the phone. and start really recording that individual when they're violent at you, or else record them and or else go to send them to the police. You see it? You understand? You get the phone, you start taking photos of them when they're violent. Or else when somebody is violent around you, take the photos of them and do some videos and get some evidence to support yourself. Because without some evidence, I mean, how is the police going to believe you? Or else just last week, I was hit by a homeless man. I have it on video. I never hit him back because he's an old man. I understand. I just go to the police. I send it to the police. I understand the guy's a criminal. Or else when I come up to you and I hit your daughter in the face for no reason, or else that's how I feel. I understand that. Or else that's how I feel. Or when I go up to your mom and I smash her in the face for no reason, or else that's how I actually feel. Or else either way, I thank you. Or else anyway, you can find me on my nice beautiful Instagram at Danny Milivojevic. You can come and check it out over here. You can have a photo for yourself. I understand I'm always much more confident like that. I understand I have a YouTube channel as well. I understand I'm always doing some public speaking around the world. I understand I do it here in public speaking environment, such as where a crowd is, so I can go and do something very important like growth. Because I understand that when I love thyself every single day, I do Jesus Christ work, I do a nice, beautiful confidence work, I make sure I build people's skills. Although I have so much more to give, so I go on my Instagram every single day and I post 60 photos of myself every single day. And inside my Instagram story, I post 100 photos. But I just make sure every single day I give you as much as I can in terms of my audio. And that's what you need every single day. You can find me on Danny Milivojevic. I understand either way that you can come and take a photo over here. I understand either way, I'm just making sure I'm always growing. I grow in a different way. I'm doing something different. I'm making sure I'm always much more of a vegan, because now at Christmas time, I'll be 3 years vegan. I can teach you how to become vegan. I understand it's very easy because I ate meat for 26 years. I lost 47 kilos. I'm at a healthy weight class now, so all I have to do is build some muscle now. So I have the next 72 years to do so. I'm just life coaching all the time. I'm doing something different all the time, making sure that what you need every single day is what you get. So what you get is knowledge from me, and that's everything. Knowledge is everything, but when a homeless person comes up to you to understand they want some money from you in terms of plastic, you give them your business card. And you say, I have 1 million hours of video content to help you. Or that's more than $2 that they ask for. Or now you have to be dedicated to learn. I thank you. I understand every single day there's always something more that you can do. You have to lift the crowd. You have to lift people. I thank you. I understand when you lift people every single day, you give them attention that they deserve. I have an Instagram over here. You can find me at Danny Milivojevic. I understand either way, you must promote yourself in front of people. You must look at people. You have to understand you have to connect with people. I understand when I look at people and I connect with people in a different way, I learn something new along the way. I understand when you learn something new along the way, you learn bit by bit, and anything is a cinch, as Brian Tracy says. Although I understand either way, that when you go little by little and anything is a middle, I know thyself in my eye. You understand? Because anything that's little by little is one step at a time. You understand? I learn one step at a time. I learn how to really be honest with my communication. I understand when I'm honest about my communication, I go and do something great. I understand that no matter what, that you guys can see how I actually talk to the crowd. So that's how you have to understand that tonality that I use. In terms of that kind of communication is how fast you have to be with the crowd. You have to understand that you have to keep their attention. So understand to really speak in a way that's really different. Or else when you're speaking differently, you're looking at the crowd, you're understanding them every single day, you're understanding how they walk, you're understanding how they talk. But understand that growth is very important. I understand when you look at the crowd differently, I understand that rejection is no solution, because you must never reject others and you must never reject yourself. You understand? Or else when I reject you, I'll look somewhere else. You understand? Or else that's how it is. Or else, although, guess what? You can never really feel rejected, can you? You can never really feel rejected unless you're rejecting yourself. I understand when I reject you, or else I never reject I. I understand either way, I love thyself. I love everything. I love you. I understand every single day I go and perform something greater daily. I understand when I lift you, you can find me on my Instagram. I'll be your mentor. I understand every single day I have a YouTube channel. I have an Instagram. I'll make you and your father and everything a public speaker. I understand every single day I do some public speaking. I lift people. I lift the crowd. I understand every single day I do that. I understand when I do that daily, I'm always giving information that you need. I'll give it every single day. I'll give the Jesus knowledge that you need. I understand every single day, I'm always making sure I'm something much better than yesterday. I understand when people are not interested in you at all, or it's because they are arrogant. You understand? So realize, either way, that I'm never arrogant about what I say. I'm always something much more. You understand? Because I'm lifting myself in a way that's always different. You understand? I have all the time in the world. Or it was just yesterday, or it was just recently. I understand that no matter what, that I understand my I. I simplify everything to the I. And if you watch my video just recently, you understand that you keep it up. You understand? You keep it up. You keep watching these videos because they're going to give you that knowledge that you need. I'm here for practice. I'm here to teach you. I'm the teacher. You're the student. I realize now, I'm also a student. I have many mentors. I have many people that feed me knowledge. You understand? I feed myself knowledge every single day. I understand when I do that, I do it differently. I do it somewhere different. You understand? Because what's important is become a public speaker first. I understand when you become a public speaker first, you'll be motivated by yourself to do it. I understand when you do it, you understand why it's so important to do so. You have to motivate yourself. You have to understand that you are motivated today. You are motivated today to be with me. You understand? And here I am just motivating you. I understand when I motivate everybody, I understand that's what I'm doing. Something to motivate I today. I motivate you because I motivate myself. I lift you because I lift myself. But if I die, I didn't make you die. I just never be around people who are dying. I be around people who are actually positive and who are actually growing every single day. I have to grow to make your son grow. I have to grow to make your wife grow. I understand when I grow, I make you grow too. I understand that's the whole deal every single day. I have to make sure that when I look at people, I look at them in a different way every single day. I have to adapt how I speak. I understand that when I go and try something out in my communication, I see that it works. You understand? I understand every single day, I'm never upset about what I do, but I try something differently. I mean, why would I go from a large portrait that is big letters that people can see me 100 meters out in terms of what my letters are? You understand? Although, guess what? Why would I go and change it to a small letters in terms of two portraits where I may carry them with I? You understand? Although I understand that it's because I want to try something new. Otherwise, it's not forever, although I believed so. I believed it was forever. I understand now that it's something different. I understand now with these two portraits, I realize it's just extra that I can bring. I can bring two more portraits. I can bring two portraits and a large actual speaker in terms of my portrait. I can bring it now. I can have 3 promotions. I understand now, instead of 2 promotions, I can have 3. I can put some business cards on the floor as well. Whereas now it actually looks like more professional. I understand though that either way, I understand it's actually more. You understand? Although sometimes the wind actually blows away the business cards. So I understand to never give them my business cards. Unless they're actually somewhere personally actually talking with I. Whereas if you talk to me personally or you come up to me, whereas now there's a gentleman over here who actually came up to me, but guess what? I didn't have the idea to actually give him my business cards. So guess what? Whereas either way, I open my shoulder bag, I'm ready to give a business card for those who are really interested in coming right next to me. You understand? So it's actually open now. Whereas now I'm aware of it. You understand? I'm aware to give him my business card this time. Because guess what? I realized he didn't really check out my Instagram. I realized he didn't really check out my name. You understand? But guess what? I realize now what I can do is when they come up to me personally, like that guy did in this video, I have a nice beautiful business card waiting. Or else you don't want to walk up to my Instagram, I'll give you my business card. And you can find my Instagram and my full name. Or else that's what I do daily. I promote myself daily in a different way. I understand that's why I'm very important. I understand what's very important is to really understand business today. Because anybody who understands business understands Jesus Christ and Christmas. I understand that Christmas is a business. I understand everything is a business. I understand every single day I have a nice beautiful Christmas bell over here. I understand I'm giving the sound of God right now. I understand when you have a sound of God, I realize everybody does. I understand every single day you must be important. You must lift your brother. You must lift your dad. You have to understand you must be a public speaker. You must, or else it's all for you. You have to understand that either way, I grow. I grow daily. I understand there's also many people up here as well, or else they come to see the nice beautiful Christmas tree up here. Understand? So realize that you come to Sydney as well and you check it out. But understand that what's important, or else if you have no money to come to Sydney in terms of life, or else eventually you will, as long as you keep reading. Understand? Or else now I have to understand that either way, I'm traveling around the world. Why? Because I give you something. I provide a service for free. You have to provide a service for free every single day so that you can travel the world. Because, for example, Justin Bieber. I understand Justin Bieber provides a service of singing quality. Or else that's what he provides. Or else what do you provide? I provide public speaking. I provide music production. I provide music as well. I'm a music producer. I provide singing. I can go jazz. I can go anything. I can make music. I can produce music. I can also make sure that every single day I look at people in the eyes. Whereas when I look at people in the eye, I learn about the nice beautiful facial expressions. I learn about different nature. I learn about how they walk and how they talk and how they listen. I understand every single day you can find me on my Instagram at Danny Milivojevic. I I have a nice beautiful YouTube. Also, I have a nice beautiful business card I can give you. Whereas every single day, I'm always loaded much more in my eye. I understand that I have so much love for myself that I'll give you all that love every single day on my YouTube channel and my Instagram. You just have to check it out. Whereas either way, I understand that no matter what, I go promote myself in thyself in I every single day. I understand that's what's so important. I understand you can have a photo for yourself over here, and you understand that I give you so much knowledge. I understand I give you the knowledge that you need. I understand that when you're not interested in knowledge, or else that's when you understand that you may die. You may die because I understand knowledge is life. I understand I give a lot of nice, beautiful, eternal life over here. Or else eternal life is knowledge. I understand when I give you knowledge every single day, I learn to construct those sentences in a different way because I understand to go differently. I understand to go and speak differently. I understand when I do that differently all the time, I understand I make everything different. I shape you differently all the time. I never need you the same way. I need you to level up. I realize leveling up is different. You have to be different about your life. You have to understand that when you walk differently. You look differently. You wear the same clothes, never. You always change your clothing. You wear different clothing. You wear different shoes. You do a different haircut. Or that's how it is. Or that's how I need you to be. I need you to be different all the time. I understand that when you have an attitude, you have to better your attitude. I never need you to have this attitude. I need you to have a better attitude than this one. I say it's very important. I have to have a better attitude than this. I don't want to be the same. I want to be better. I understand when I go be better, I always have much better in my life. I understand that's why I'm always much more important. I understand that when I look in the eye, I say I love you. I understand when I love you, I realize that's how I grow. I grow all the time. I always have more to give. I always have more to share. Or when I share around something that's very important, I always make sure that I'm growing. I understand when I'm growing daily, I'm never the crowd. I never go where the crowd is. I understand the crowd doesn't public speak. I understand the crowd has no voice. I understand the voice is somewhere of public speakers only. I understand they have a voice. I realize singers have a voice too. I realize talent has a voice. I realize anything that has talent today is a voice. I realize anything that's walking today has a voice. You understand? But guess what? I never go where the voiceless are. You understand? I never go where the people who never do public speaking are. You understand? Because why would I go there? You understand? I realize that when they have some value to give me, or else it could be a singer or a DJ who never public speaks, but I understand I have my own music. I never go where their music is. You understand? I never go where their music is. I understand I never go where their money is either. I never do it for the money. Or else now if you want to give me $50,000, I'll put it in my pocket. Or else now, I don't do it for the money though. I don't ask you up front for the money. Or else if you're asking people up front for the money, or else it's because you're not doing it for free. You're doing it because you want to be a slave for the money that you earn. Or else now, I never ask for money in return for what I do. Because I don't need your money. I already have money. I have money in my nice beautiful knowledge over here. Or else that knowledge is priceless. Or else it's worth more than 50 grand. Or else this video is worth more than 50 grand. Or else this nice beautiful video is more than any type of money in terms of plastic that you can give me. I mean, it's more than a hug. I mean, it's more than everything. You understand? Or else this nice beautiful information is priceless. Or else it's something that teaches billions of years. I mean, it's more than $2. I mean, everything's more when you're giving more knowledge. You understand? Or else either way, understand that what you are, you must be affordable. You must never be cheap. You must not go where the cheap side is. You must never go where the rich side is. You must be where the affordable side is. You understand? Or else now, affordable is rich only. You must go where the rich are. You must go where the rich are, but don't go where expensive is. Or else anything that's expensive and rich in terms of life, you must understand. You go where the rich is, but never go where expensive is. I never need you to go broke. I never need you to give $1,000 to gain an iPhone when you only have $1,000. I mean, give $100 to get a phone and then start writing and see what you can do with that phone. Or else when you see what you can do with a $100 phone and you actually have business with that phone, I mean, get yourself a better phone then. I mean, get yourself an iPhone then. I mean, then you deserve an iPhone. But if you want an iPhone because you have no business, or else you don't even deserve an iPhone then. You realize? Or else you need to understand that I start off with a nice beautiful Samsung A20 Galaxy. I give $230 and it's still broken. Or else I still have, or else now, I have a phone over here. I understand it dropped. Or else this phone dropped and it's still broken with a screen. Or else my phone is broken with a screen over here. Or else I dropped it. I put on my public speaking microphone over here in terms of my portable speaker. I put it on there and I was playing music and it dropped onto the cement and it broke my screen. I had a broken screen for 6 months and I still have a broken screen. but I have 600 hours of video content. I understand either way. I'm very interested in what I have to say over here. I understand either way, I'm very much more important. I understand every single day when I go do something much more important, I understand that what's so important is knowledge. You have to lift yourself. I understand though that I have a broken screen still. I have a broken screen in terms of my life. I understand that I'll get a better one. I understand although that I love it. I love it. I realize it does me a lot of knowledge. I understand that when you're really sarcastic about your life, or else when you're really not interested and you're doing me these ones, and you walk away and you don't even check out my Instagram, and you don't even check my Instagram, I understand a drug addict. I understand somebody who's going to be a drug addict in life. Or else, I'm talking and you're going this way and you don't even check out my Instagram. I understand that guy is going to be a drug addict. I understand either way that you go and understand those people because they have no brains. I understand that no matter what, I love